I will ask past President Don Roberts to come to the microphone for the installation. No, we're not doing that. No, that's the wrong script. Okay, so for the Paul Harris. Okay, all right, there you go. Paul Harris induction.
Okay. You may be seated. This evening, I have the pleasure of making a special Paul Harris Fellow presentation to one of our members. The member I'll ask to join me here in a moment is a multiple Paul Harris Fellow, not a first-time Paul Harris Fellow. To remind you, a multiple Paul Harris Fellow is a Paul Harris Fellow who has contributed additional $1,000 gifts to the foundation. This evening, we're recognizing a Paul Harris Fellow who has continued his strong, consistent support of the Rotary Foundation over a number of years. Because of his continued support, Rotary is able to keep improving living conditions, keep providing educational opportunities for young people, and continue its push to eradicate polio. I'd now like to ask Ed Sintel to come forward and join District Governor Jimmy Parker and I. You all can just stand right here. Ed, why don't you come stand between Jimmy and I? Paul Harris Fellow recognition is not club recognition. It's a recognition awarded by Rotary International and the trustees of the Rotary Foundation. Today, District Governor Parker and I are serving as representatives of the Foundation's trustees and the president of Rotary International, Francesco Arezzo, at least who was president last Tuesday, June the 30th, when we had planned originally to make this presentation. So now, on to why Ed is up at the front of the room this evening. As it turns out, there are a number of reasons he's standing before all of you. One is he wanted to be here today, and he planned to be here today. If you read last week's edition of The Wheel, it's not a secret that on July the 1st, Ed observed his 50th anniversary as a member of our club, joining the club on July the 1st, 1976. So Ed reached his, give him a hand, that's fine. So Ed reached his 50th year as a member of the club just before the 4th of July that marked the 250th year since the signing of the Declaration of Independence. We should probably note Ed has been a member of our club for 20% of the time that's run since our country split away from England. That's not really supposed to be funny. Ed's 50 years as a member of our club also coincides with another 50th anniversary of note. Our club was formed and held its first meeting on June 29, 1971, a few days more than 55 years ago. The charter president of the club, the late Judge Swan Yerger, became the first member of our club to be named a Paul Harris Fellow. The club made a contribution to name him a Paul Harris Fellow in January of 1971. So we are in the 50th anniversary year of our club having a member that's been named a Paul Harris Fellow. Now back to Ed. This gets to be a little. You have to pay attention to this. We will not answer questions, so you have to pay attention. Now, last summer, Ed approached me with the idea of making a noticeable contribution, actually a qualified charitable distribution as part of his required minimum distribution from his IRA account. Those of us who have reached the age where the government wants us to pay more taxes, we know what an RMD is, and a qualified charitable distribution helps you minimize your taxes. So he had the idea of doing that and making a noticeable contribution to the Rotary Foundation, and his desire was to allow his Paul Harris Fellow presentation on or about his 50th anniversary as a member of the club. Initially, that sounded a little complicated to me, but as it turned out, it was relatively easy since we had 10 or 11 months to make it all happen. So as we got closer to the end of the year, Ed brought his check for his qualified charitable distribution, and we sent it with the paperwork and his check to the foundation. This resulted in the foundation sending his updated pin at the Paul Harris Fellow +6 level, which is a Paul Harris Fellow medallion with 1 ruby. Since his contribution was made during the club's End Polio Now matching gift promotion to support polio eradication, he qualified for the 2-to-1 match with foundation recognition points for the first $500 of his contribution. So when that paperwork transferring the 1,000 recognition points from the club was processed, the foundation sent another pin. This one for the Paul Harris Fellow, pardon me for dropping that. The Paul Harris Fellow +7, which is the pin with 2 rubies. Last December, when we checked the foundation report, this was sort of an accident. We saw that when the recognition points processed, that Ed was only $50 away from the PHF +8 level, the very top level. You can't have any more recognition than you get as a Paul Harris Fellow +8. And he was only $50 away. So as it turned out, since he had already paid his first 2 invoices in the Rotary year, we had his money. So, as they say, the rest is history. Now, if I can figure out which hand I've got this in. Jimmy, or I should say District Governor Parker, I'll now ask you to present Ed his Paul Harris Fellow pin with 3 rubies, signifying his reaching the highest level. Yeah, you can put it on his collar. 3 rubies signifying his reaching the highest level of Paul Harris Fellow recognition to mark his 50 years as a member of our club. So let's stand and give Ed a big round of applause. Well, let him pin it in the
Jimmy, y'all look at me like that. Y'all look at me. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2. Wait, we're not quite through. You know, as a part of the Paul Harris Fellow presentation, we never let the new Paul Harris Fellow say anything. But we don't have a tradition of not allowing someone who's celebrating their 50th anniversary of the club without saying something. So he has a few words he'd like to share with you at 50 years in the club.
Thank you very much, Don, and thank you for your leadership of all these years of North Jackson Rotary Club. He is an invaluable person, and we're so happy that you've come through this latest crisis in your life. When I joined Rotary 50 years ago, it was similar to this meeting today. It was a changing of the guard. And one thing that has not changed about Rotary, and that is something that goes to the heart of Rotary, and that is service above self. Now, something that has changed about Rotary is the strict attendance policy. And I'm glad that was changed, because the club would have kicked me out many, many years ago if it still followed that policy. But thank you very much, and thank you for keeping an open door for folks like me.
Thank you, Ed. see food in the warming mechanism, so we'll suspend the meeting at this point and we'll eat as soon as they tell us we can eat. So, thank you.
5 minutes of your time, and I'll be through, and then we can all eat together. Before we begin, I have to say that our change of guard has already become one of the Rotary history book entries. You all witnessed it last Tuesday. As many of you know, last Tuesday was 5th Tuesday of the month. Normally, on 5th Tuesdays, we don't have a regular meeting. We are out in community serving. Unfortunately, we forgot to let our wonderful venue know that this time we were planning to meet. They did exactly what they are in habit to do. They closed their doors. They did not prepare a meal for us. So we, on the other hand, all showed up, all ready to celebrate our new president, Suzy. My term was accidentally extended for 1 more week. Yay!
It was because I went there.
Yes, Greg, we wanted you to be there because I have some thank you remarks, that I wanted to say thanks to you. And I was actually texting on our way to the meeting. I'm like, Greg, you're not going to be there. I want you to hear my remarks that I'm going to say about you. But so everything happens for a reason. Anyway, this evening I stand before you with a heart filled with gratitude, humbled by all we have accomplished together, and I have to admit, a little relieved to know that my first and only red-eye flight to make a Rotary meeting is now checked off my bucket list. That is one Rotary experience I think I have earned the right not to repeat. Serving as president has been one of the greatest honors of my Rotary journey. One of the goals we set at the beginning of the year was to keep our members energized, engaged, and connected through meaningful service opportunities. To accomplish that, we introduced the idea of quarterly projects. We began our Rotary year with our first quarter project to recoat the pool at We Will Go Ministries, ensuring their summer camp students would have a safe and enjoyable place to swim. I'm loud enough without a mic. To support this effort, we gathered at my home where Udiel joined me, thank you Udiel, in sponsoring an evening featuring the Mississippi String Quartet along with Burgers and Brews. The invitation may have said Burgers and Brews, but I have to admit that based on the cheerful comments later on that evening, some of us may have enjoyed the Scotch selection my husband shared that evening. I think people enjoyed that. What made the evening so special wasn't simply the funds we raised. It was the incredible turnout, enthusiasm, and fellowship among Rotarians, spouses, friends, and guests. That moment gave me the confidence to trust my instincts, embrace new ideas, and continue introducing meaningful projects throughout the year. Later that month, we had the privilege of hosting the Mandela Washington Fellows and honor Dawn as the major donor at our club, some of the many highlights of our first quarter. I'm going to summarize the whole year so you all don't forget what all you did to support me. Nothing is possible without the support of the members. Our second and third quarter project focused on shower power, a project identified during our club visioning process as one of our highest priorities. We served a meal during second quarter, and in third quarter, we collected and donated blankets, food, clothing, and other essential supplies. Our fourth quarter project supported the Jackson Public School Instrument Repair Program, helping ensure students could continue their music education. We celebrated this initiative with an evening of live music, dinner, and fellowship. One of our proudest accomplishments that most of you probably don't know about this year was welcoming our 4 new members to the club. Our membership growth even caught the attention of Rotary International digital content editor and writer Etelka Lechowski, who was conducting preliminary research on clubs and cities experiencing population decline that are still successfully growing membership. Interestingly, he was also researching another city, also called Jackson, but in Michigan Jackson. He had hoped to interview our longtime member, Don Roberts, but because Don was hospitalized, Greg Campbell graciously stepped in to represent our club. Since this was a part of preliminary research, we do not know if or when the story will be published in the Rotary International publication. Last year, we also applied for 3 district grants, and to our delight, all 3 were granted. That is a wonderful reflection of our club's commitment, leadership, and impact in our community. We also embraced opportunities for connection beyond our club. We sponsored tables at the Women in Rotary Luncheon and the District Foundation Gala. Greg Campbell showed up in a bright floral shirt and a wig, and Sharon Simmons looked like she had stepped straight out of the 70s movie. While we championed new initiatives throughout the year, we also remained committed to the projects that have long defined our club. We continued supporting the Guadalajara Service Project, Walton Elementary reading initiatives, Star Student Recognition, Ringing the Bell for the Salvation Army, and our 5th Tuesday service days with the same enthusiasm and dedication that have made these programs such meaningful traditions. While our primary focus was to serve, we also made time for fellowship. We celebrated our annual holiday party, but this time I decided to host it at my home. It wasn't extravagant, just an opportunity to gather, reconnect, and enjoy one another's company. What I received in return was far greater than what I had ever expected. The kindness, encouragement, and appreciation you showed me during and after that evening touched me deeply. Your support reminded me how gracious this club truly is and how much we value one another. Perhaps the greatest lesson I learned this year came during one of our most difficult moments, when Dawn became critically ill and we suddenly found ourselves scrambling to keep things together. It reminded me never to take anything or anyone for granted. In the midst of uncertainty, our club came together in an extraordinary way. We prayed together, supported one another. It felt like a miracle as Dawn recovered. The love, compassion, and unwavering support our members showed during that time reflected the very best of who we are. Now, I would like to express my heartfelt appreciation to my leadership team and directors: Suzy Tubb, Bill Osborne, Bruce Deere, Lori Greer, Caroline Lowe, Ralph Clark, Stanley Simpson, Rob Whitley, and Greg Campbell, and Administrative Secretary Don Roberts. Your leadership, dedication, and steady commitment have made our club stronger, and your service is deeply appreciated. Thank you, Marissa. She's not here, but I'm going to still extend in case she watches this. She needs to know that I'm thanking her for coordinating and leading the Star Student Recognition Program. Thank you, Uriel, for sponsoring 2 concerts for our fundraiser events, one for We Will Go Ministries and one for Jackson Public School instrument repair. Thank you to our incoming treasurer, Monica Lewis, she's not here today, for her leadership and service as chair of Sergeant at Arms Committee. A special thank you goes to Greg Campbell, who is here today, for faithfully keeping us informed about Dawn's progress. He represented our club internationally. That's the only one person who represents us internationally, and captured and shared our story through photographs and social media. I also want to recognize Charles Lindsay. Is he here? He's not here. Who has diligently managed our monthly accounting for past 15 years. Charles, I hope he watches. Your quiet consistency and dedication have helped keep our club strong and steady. He truly embodies the spirit of Rotary, and we are deeply grateful for everything that Charles does. Finally, I want to congratulate our incoming leadership. Suzy Tubb, our incoming president, you are inheriting a strong, compassionate, and vibrant club. I have every confidence that under your leadership, our Rotary Club of North Jackson will continue to grow, serve, and make an even greater impact in our community. I'm here to support our new president, Suzy Tubb, and her team with the same compassion, integrity, and enthusiasm that each of you have shown me throughout this year. And since dessert became a much loved part of our weekly meetings, I leave with a sweet tooth from all the wonderful moments and desserts that we have shared together. Thank you so much. Is it ready? Okay. Yes. Meal is served, and so I guess we can start forming a line, and we'll just carry our program.
Here? Okay, we're going to try this. All right, can you hear me now? 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 I'll try to talk without breathing. Neelam, if you'll come join me here. Just to remind everyone, we are in the changing of the guard, and Neelam has given her remarks for the year. We do a couple of traditional things. We're going to do half that tonight. I'm going to present Neelam her past president pin. Neelam.
Thank you.
And the members of the club present that every year to our past president to say thank you. You did a great job of recounting all of the things that the club accomplished this year, and that was because of your leadership. So we appreciate that. The other thing we typically do is we provide the past president a memento, a gavel, a plaque, or something with their name on it that marks the year. And because I've been out of pocket, we haven't gotten all of that done, but we are going to get her a memento, and we will present it at a club meeting so everybody sees it. So thank you very much. Let's give her another round of applause. You may be seated. Okay, Suzy. Suzy, would you come stand and join me here? You've been selected by the members of our club to guide our affairs during the coming year. You've been entrusted with this important responsibility that would help shape our club's future, and it's an expression of our confidence in your leadership. This appointment isn't made lightly. It is the highest honor that the powers the club can bestow upon you. It's made in recognition of your service to Rotary in general and to this club in particular. With the presidency, you are assuming new duties, new obligations, and new responsibilities which will make significant demands on your thoughts, time, and energy. We are confident you will carry out your task with the same commitment you've always shown in Rotary, and you're assured of the utmost cooperation of every one of our members. If you agree to accept the responsibility of leading your club and serving your club members as this new Rotary year begins, please raise your right hand and respond with, I will.
I will.
All right, thank you very much. Suzy, do you solemnly pledge that you will faithfully execute the office of President of the Rotary Club of North Jackson, and that you will, to the best of your ability, give support and assistance to the District Governor and Rotary International, and that you will uphold the Constitution and bylaws of our club?
I will.
Thank you. Based on your acceptance of these responsibilities and your pledge of service to the club in the coming year, I hereby declare you President of the Rotary Club of North Jackson for the year 2026-27, and I would present you a club president pin, except, we lost that several years ago, and we haven't purchased another pin to replace it. So if we have a really good year, we might buy the next president a pen. We will get you a past president pen. The next thing we need to do is install the rest of the officers and directors who have been elected to serve during the coming year. So would you introduce your officers and directors by position and then ask them to come forward?
Certainly. Things obviously don't work while Dawn was out, so. So my vice president is Bill Osborne. Bruce Deere is our secretary. Treasurer is Monica Lewis. She's in Hawaii. I'm sure she'd much rather be here than Hawaii. And then Neelam Goel, who y'all have heard, is our immediate past president. And then our directors are Greg Campbell, Stanley Simpson, Ralph Clark, Rob Whitley, and Cole Smith. So we have a really good group.
Come on, Cole. Come on, Greg. Officers and directors, by accepting the position for which you've been nominated, you are agreeing to serve the Rotary Club of North Jackson and to support your club and President Suzy. You're pledging to support the work and goals of Rotary and to serve others, both in our local community and internationally. You are committing to helping us create a polio-free world and to support your Rotary Foundations with its goal of doing good in the world. You are agreeing to apply the four-way test to the things you think, say, and do, and to let it be your guide in personal life, in your business life, and in your volunteer and service life. Each of you is accepting an important position in our club. Your fellow club members and I ask that you uphold the highest traditions of our club and of Rotary, and that you serve to the best of your ability and in accordance with the club's constitution and bylaws. Therefore, do you solemnly pledge that you will fulfill the duties of your office in the Rotary Club of North Jackson to the best of your ability, that you will support President Suzy, and that you will abide by our club's constitution and bylaws? If so, each of you please respond with an "I will."
I will.
Congratulations and thanks to each of you. With your leadership and the support of your club members, we can make the world a better place. I know that you and our club will have a successful year. I hereby declare the new officers and directors installed, and I will now turn the microphone, and I would turn the gavel over, except we didn't bring the gavel tonight. Back over to President Suzy. Okay.
Thank y'all so much. I am pretty upset the gavel is not here. It's my favorite part. No, I'm looking forward to it. I don't remember my membership. Is this on? Yeah. Okay. I don't remember how many years I've been a member, but John Turner brought me, and when he first brought me, I was like, this is a lot of men. And I was like, this does not look, and I have loved it. And I dropped my husband finally told me that I had said yes to too many things, so I had to pick, and I dropped Junior League and a couple other things and picked Rotary. So it is an honor. I have really enjoyed it. I love our service. I love that we serve our community. And so thank y'all for trusting me to be president. Thank you, John, for inviting me. And that's it. I appreciate our club. All the people around us are really great. Don, it doesn't happen without Don. When he was sick, we kind of felt like a ship without a rudder. And Greg. Oh, well, I don't have a 30-minute Wyatt. Matt said he wouldn't come if it was much longer. No, I'm just kidding. So anyway, thank you, and I look forward to all of y'all being involved, and I'm looking forward to it. All right.
Yeah, if she does a good job, she can do it 2 years. District Governor Parker, we're happy to have you here tonight. We typically ask the district governor if they have anything they'd like to say, and if you'd like to, we'll let you come blow into the microphone like some of us have done. Yeah, please do.
Yes, like I said, I really appreciate the invite to come down here, or come up here tonight, or down here tonight, I guess, to Jackson. it's a great club. Y'all have, very, very good club. Membership's great. Do a lot of great things in community. Communicate those things very well so everybody knows what's going on here, which is just as important as anything else. I really appreciate what y'all do here. I know it'll continue on under your leadership and with the rest of the club as well too. So really looking forward to what y'all doing this year. I hope to come down here a few more times and spend a lot of time in Jackson, get to meet all of you again and help maybe participate in some of the things y'all are doing down here. So just great club. Let's keep up the good work and just keep going and looking forward to it. So that's really all I got to say. So thanks.
Thank you very much. Oh, Greg's pointing at me.
So this is my partner, Nick Pringle. Made the trip down with me today.
Good. Well, we're happy to have you with us. Thank you. All right. But before we adjourn with the club motto, Greg wants everyone together at the back of the room. We're going to try to get a group picture. So we'll now adjourn with our motto and then go get our picture made. Service above self. One profits most who serves best.